Hello everybody, welcome back, Space Engineers. Morilibus here. So, M coupling guys, he's gone. I checked it out, episode 41 is when we lost him. He decided that he didn't want to be part of us anymore, and he drifted off into space somewhere out in that direction. When he got about 580 meters away, he disappeared, and I'm not quite sure on his trajectory. I did look, I went out, I calculated that if it had been about like 3 hours, he could have been around 10,000 meters out. If it had been any longer, then obviously it'd be further. So I did some passes out there to about 1600, and once to the edge of the world, which is set to like 50,000, I think. So you can get to the edge around 20-something, 2250-ish, I think. And yeah, no dice, guys, so I'm afraid he is gone. By now, he's probably left the system. We can no longer catch him. Once we go exploring, I will bump the world up to probably unlimited, so we don't have that border. Alright, guys, well, I think what happened, actually, if you're curious, is I think we must have moved the station, and he was kind of just sitting there with his dampeners off, or his reactors empty, I can't remember what. And I must have moved the ship this way, and then when I stopped, he kept going. And off he went. Goodbye! So yeah, he's gone. But anyway, on a happier note, I did a whole bunch of work on this thing. And it's got problems, but for the most part, it's good. So I took the idea. So this is a lift and rotate. Oops. And it's doing some damage here. Yeah. We'll fix this. Should be able to fix it actually by just adjusting that piston. Piston. So landing bay. Maybe just give it a minimal distance 0.2, so that way it can't come all the way to the ground like that. And then to offset it so the thing isn't any higher up. So I don't know how far my sensor is there, which I'll show you. But I think I could just take this down negative 20 centimeters to compensate, and the net change should be nil. Okay, so I've turned on all the sensors so that you can see them, and this one right here is the first one that is on, and this is stage 1. Repair bay, landing pad detection. All this does is turn on stage 2, which is right over here. So I think the easiest way to show what's going on is just to run it, but I can show you where everything is. So stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 takes place on the connector itself. There are 2 sensors, 1 and 2. These should be on. They are. Let me just check the pistons. So I've been having some problems where things are off when they need to be on, and etc., because I've got something messed up, I think, or there's a way to screw things up if you do things a certain way. So yeah, that's stage 3. So after stage 3, it goes to a timer block, and then it goes through a whole bunch of stuff. So we'll leave the timer block for now. Sensors we went over. I added in a second safety, and it's the exact same size as the other one, except if you look on this edge, it's got a little bit of a difference. So the first one, when a ship enters it, these pistons stop, so the power turns off on them so they can't continue to crush. And then if a ship manages to go further into this second one, they turn back on and reverse. So if you were to fly a ship into it, it should try to get away from you. So it shouldn't crush, theoretically. That's the plan anyway. That's what I'm hoping to achieve by doing that. But I don't know if it's completely fail-safe. I haven't used it or seen it work too much to know that it's going to happen. But I think we're going to try to load these guys in here today and see how it handles it. Alright, so that's kind of roughly what's going to happen. Let's go ahead and actually get in. Just to be safe, this is... I have been reloading on occasion when things go terribly, terribly wrong, and on occasion they do go terribly, terribly wrong. Okay, so if we look there, you can see that sensor field. So what happens, the idea is you would fly up here. Okay, visually you could line yourself up with the door, so you could center yourself. You come down here. I've entered that field, but nothing has happened. So I can center myself, and then if we go to third person, you notice when I'm on here, the field behind us shows up. So that means, oops, boing. So if I go there, and I back up. Now we got to be careful because this landing gear that we're sitting on barely grabs us. But as soon as we enter that field, it grabs us. This thing starts opening. The door opens. The piston with the connector comes out to meet us. Those sensors that you see, one should turn off the piston so it stops extending. The second one should trigger a timer with a delay that tells the connector to lock, these pistons to retract, and then also trigger the next stage after a delay. So then we should rotate. Pistons are coming in to kill us. You can hear things ticking on and off. Those are the safeties on the sensors, I think. And I'm trying to get a good look, but I can't. There we go. And we're in. Ta-da! Beautiful. Armor repaired. Awesome. So, yeah, everything's working the way I think it should. To get out, we still use our hotkey group. So I would hit on my bar here, which is exit stage 1. If we look at that, let's see here. Repair. Stage. Okay. So exit stage 1. So this is what we initiate, and that starts off by turning off the welders, turning them on if they're not, and reversing them. Also rotating us. Triggers stage 2, or it starts stage 2, so there's a delay. It also opens the door in front of us and turns on the sensor for that door. That sensor just turns that, it shuts the door again and shuts itself off. So exit stage 2 just switches the lock on the connector so that we can fly away. So it doesn't really have much of a role. So if we do that, we can see it's rotating. And then when we're done, it should unlock and we can fly away. Actually, before we do that, I want to empty Tortwing. So I also want to do something with him today. I want to empty his medium cargo containers at least. And I don't know if he had enough space to move them all into himself. Maybe he did. Take that. Okay. Good. Alright, so let's go ahead and leave. So when we exit through this field, there's a field right in front of us. We're currently in it. Nothing happens when you're in it, but when you exit it, it triggers a timer block that basically closes the doors and shuts off that sensor so that it's no longer there. And then we're good to go again. We are free to repeat over and over again. Okay, let's turn off all those sensors. We don't need to see those. So for the most part, it works fairly well, but there are times when things can go terribly, terribly wrong. The sensor for the door is right here, in case you're curious. So it just has a field that goes up here and back a little bit. Okay, so let's move him off to the side. And as I want to do some changes to him, because he's got some issues. He can overload quite easily, I think. Well, not that easily, but he can. And I believe when you overload, nothing in your ship works anymore. So you can over-rotate and drift further than you want to drift and take longer to stop, that kind of stuff. So I think this guy needs more power. Now he has 2 reactors here in the back that are empty. I could put uranium in them, but even if I do, he still is able to overload. And I don't want to have to do that. And these are here in case he ever runs dry so that we can manually put fuel in. I could turn one of them and just have one, but I don't like it. I like them looking the same, so these are more for just show. And then he's got ones here that I've exposed, or I was actually checking to see if there were some there already. And then he's got some inside him, kind of in his neck region. So I was trying to figure out where we could stuff some other ones. And I think I found a place, and it's right up here. So if we grind away some of his armor, he's got these medium cargo containers. Now this medium cargo container, unfortunately, is not orientated the right way. But there's a bunch of free space under his wing thing here, under these blocks. So I think we can fit a bunch of reactors in here and basically overpower him so that he can never overload again. Voice. Okay, so that's the space we need. This guy is not rotated the right way, but this guy is, which is nice. I think I know I destroyed one of his cargo containers. I don't know which one it was. I mustn't have used the blueprint to rebuild it at the time. But essentially, what we're going to do is stuff some reactors in here. So let's get reactor We need small conveyor tube, curvy bit, and I guess that's it. So right off the hatch down there, we're going to curve up, go straight, and then we're going to stuff them under here. Don't you place it where I don't want you to. So this will give us 6 more reactors, which I think should be enough power, hopefully. Oops. We're not at the base. And yeah. Whoops, I don't want detector components. Too late. They're in me. Alright. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. But first we have to... Well, not first. Also, we have to rotate the cargo container so it's facing the right way. And then we can use the bay to repair us. Yay! But we'll probably end the video with that because he's probably going to have to sit in there for a while. As we've seen, stuff can take quite a while. I think it'll reach, at least. Should be. It's nice and close to the top. Okay, so the reason I wanted to empty him is because, yeah, we got to disassemble this one. And we will just manually rotate it. Do I have enough space? Not quite. So close. We'll take these back. I didn't even want them anyway. Yeah, that'll do. Ah. I guess I don't really need to rebuild the medium cargo, but we could. Save some time. Okay, so like that. Change color. Rotate. Oh, I didn't get it. I didn't have enough. I thought I had enough room. I was wrong. Alright, we'll let the repair bay finish this thing then. If you're going to be that way, there you go. Ooh, we can touch up on some paint while we're here. There you go. You've got the old green. It's unacceptable. Okay. Bam. Good to go. Alright, so we will, yeah, fly him in after. Let's go ahead and try some of these other guys out. Chip, we might be able to do just like... Maybe we can repair that while we're in there. Yeah, Chip, we should be able to use just like Tortwing, hopefully. Do you have a projector on you? Projector on. Does that work? I don't see your projector. Projector. Projector on. Blueprints, Chip. Version 2.0. Have we not updated you since then? Guess not. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, let's try it. We don't want drills, but it's okay. I won't be able to place them anyway. I think I want to put guns on him. Chip needs guns. Alright. So same deal. Hopefully. I don't know about the connector height, but I think the connector height on him is about the same. I do have an idea for Molar, so that he can use the lift as well. What I'm thinking is put a height detection. So when we get a certain height, it will know, and the piston will stop rising. The rotor will keep turning, so that'll be okay. Yes. Chip, you're in for a treat. You don't have... Why don't we go ahead and do that while we're in there. We'll put it on number 4. We'll give him a way out. Timer. We need to exit stage 1. Stage 2. Still working. Exit stage 3. You can tell that I had to like repurpose these because they're not in the right order. We'll just do that. Did you get all fixed up? Oh, it's not able to reach his thruster there. I'm not sure anything will, to be honest. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out with us. Goodbye. I should really put it in the same spot as it is in Tortwing, so I don't get confused. Okay. Oops. No, don't do that. Whee! Good job, Chip. You passed. Alright, Molar. We're going to have to do some manual intervention here, so... let's go ahead and repair bay the piston doors. We'll reverse, and then we're going to turn them off because I don't want them to actually close ever. Ever! Okay, manual intervention there. because all this stuff is going to make it close. Let me just check a few things, make sure they're working still. So you are on like you're supposed to be. What about this piston? I was having issues where things were turning off and not turning back on because I'd forgotten something, but I think I fixed it. Okay, so yeah, the idea with molar here. Where are you, molar? Which way's up on you? This is the hardest part about flying. Okay, let's just get first person. So yeah, I think if we land molar on the pad, he's going to be just in the way. But if we could put a height detection so that when he gets, when the lift gets to be that height, we can detect it and stop him. So it'd be custom height for just him. Woo! Alright, let's bring that piston out. Piston. So really we could have triggered stage 2 or something. But yeah, let's go ahead and reverse that guy out. We'll do it kind of a manual way. Whoops. Apparently I was still controlling him. Oh man, you're beat up. I want to get rid of all these guys, actually, the ejectors. I don't think they are needed. I haven't actually been pooping with them. The last, lately when I use them, I just have them drill with a full inventory and all the ores just get left in front of them and they get picked up by the gravity thing. At least I think so. I assume they're not getting destroyed. It looks like there's a lot more ore when he can't pick it up. Alright, let's hopefully get him in here. Alright, buddy. Here we go. I don't even know if your connector's on, to be honest. Oh, it just detected us. Damn. No! Wait for me! Don't leave me! It's okay. It stopped. Oh, nice. It stopped. Okay, let's reposition ourselves. It's working in a relatively manual mode. This is expected behavior we're seeing. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Okay. It's not ready for this guy, is he? Oh, no. No. Oh. They're in opposite phases. Which way do I want? Nope. Stop crushing them. My safeties suck. Okay, Molar? Can you get out of here for a second, please? Thank you. Safeties are more trouble than they're worth. Alright, welder. Piston. Oops. Reverse. Okay, now I will turn them off first. Okay, now we will bring Molar in. I'll work all this out after to get it so that he can, Oh, am I still controlling him? I'll work it out later so he can actually just remotely get in here just the same as everybody else. Ooh, still looks like he's pretty close. But he could be high right now. Whoa, what happened there? What's going on? Oh, I triggered the platform. I thought I saw pieces of Molar like coming off. Oh man, we are triggering so many things in this thing. Not what I wanted. Okay. Stop triggering those sensors, please. Oh, look at that. Stuff's getting welded. Ah, we made it. Ah. Okay. And now we turn on... Sure, spin. Why not? Piston, welders. Now we turn those on. Reverse them. Bam. Beautiful. Whoops. Don't. No. Don't operate it. Molar. Now what happens... What happens when we now rotate him? Not the grinder. Not the left grinder. Will he rotate? Not bad. It didn't, like, move in. It tried to for a second there. Okay. So now we should just hit, exit. Stage 1. Trigger now. Rotates him back, although he's all messed up. He rotated the wrong way. Bam! Oh no, don't lock. That does it for me. Okay, let's leave him right by the door. I could open the door more. I have the door actually just slightly closed because I thought it would look cooler, but yeah, it's probably okay, especially if he's going to be pulled in by the connector. Then he'll have enough clearance. It's just right now he does not. Alright, Molar, good job. Get out of the way. We have someone else waiting. Next! Alright. I'll show you next. Who are you calling next? Yeah, that's right. I'll drill you into the ground. See? You'll never get away from me. Mock me, will you? Nobody mocks Molar. Nobody. Nobody! Wait. I killed myself. That achieved nothing. Molar, I'm sorry. Please don't dig there. Please stop. Thank you. Alright. Back to business. Tortwing. You are in need of repairs. I mean upgrades. Upgradable repairs. We could turn the door back on. Because I don't think I'll be operating anybody else anytime soon here. At least not until I tweak it a bunch. In the meantime, we might as well get full function. Oops, wait. I've done this before. Door open, not good. That means door will close. And connector will smash. Smashy, smashy. Doors. So, must start closed. This is where a program would be probably handy. You could do like checks, right? Instead of my sensor timer checks, it would actually check what state the thing is in. If it's open, it would close it. It wouldn't... Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and get this guy all good. Back up slowly. Yeah, I don't like this. I kind of like it, but needs improvement. This is too much of a fine line between not on the landing gear and on the landing gear. Okay, dampers off. Let's go for the drift. I feel like I'm really far back. I think we left the center thing. Try again. I think I lifted up. Do it. Do it. Oh, you jerk. No, 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 no. Oh, my dampers are off. This is going poorly. It's okay. Fake it again. Fake it. Fake it. We're fine. The connector's not even coming out to get us. What did I break? I bet it turned off. It turned off with Molar leaving, probably, and I didn't properly reset it. Maybe. Come get me, please. And you're spun the wrong way. Can I get it? No, I can't. Advanced. Ah. Well, I guess we're rotating left. Or right, whichever way you're looking. That's fine, I guess. Fix me! And the door didn't shut. What's going on? Everything's broken. I blame Molar. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I think we'll cut it here, guys. We'll give you a short one today. I've got a lot of footage to go through to edit. But this is good. It was working. It has potential. It's got some bugs, some quirks. But for Tortwing, I think it was working, and I tested a bit before I started recording. And it worked pretty well. If you do everything just right. So obviously this is not good. I thought I was positioning it the other way when I did it, but I guess not. We could either rebuild it, or we could just rotate it around. Change the limits on it, so that this part is the back part. So that's probably the easiest fix to do. And someone might have clued in on that while I said I was going to rip it out and put it back in. And yeah, otherwise good to go. So yeah, I think we'll add a sensor somewhere up top that will detect the height of Molar. And that will turn off that piston and line him up at just the right height and allow him to continue to rotate. Good. Excellent. So the only other thing I could think of to improve it further would be to make it so that we don't have to be so far back. And to do that, I think I'd have to add in a third piston, which we could. Not against it. I like the look of that one anyway. So I think we could snake it around even more. How would we do it? We'd need to go past, up, over, or at the back of another piston right above here, which would go down into that welder, which would then go over here and then into that piston. So this middle part would look relatively similar. I think that would work. Maybe not. It's hard to catch my mistakes while I'm saying them. It's a lot easier after the fact. Like me watching my videos back as an editor is kind of like me watching my videos back as a viewer. So I see all this silly, stupid stuff I do that you guys see and call me on and all that stuff. I see that too. You just don't really notice it when you're saying it at the moment because you're too busy trying to concentrate on what you're going to say next or what you're trying to talk about or what's the point of all this. What's the point of this conversation? There isn't one. Goodbye!